Rob. Time now 6:06. Let's get back to Morgan County this morning, where the city of Decatur is taking their first steps in mandating masks in public. In fact, tonight, the city council will hold a special meeting to vote on an ordinance mandating face masks be worn at all times.
Joining us right now to break it all down for us is Decatur Mayor Tab Bowling. Mayor Bowling, good morning to you, sir.
Hey, good morning, Pat. Maria, how are y'all?
Doing well.
We're doing terrific. Thanks for joining us.
Great.
Should the council, in your opinion, vote to make wearing masks mandatory? What do you think?
Well, I agree that people should wear a mask, but I would prefer that the city not require masks to be worn and for the city having to enforce the ordinance with criminal penalties. People should follow the guidelines, wear a mask as stated by health professionals. I do. I wear the mask, and I try to lead by example. Many do. You know, the governor is trying with the best of her ability to keep our state open, and so that our economy will flow as it needs to. And so for our health professionals to say that we need to wear masks, then we encourage our residents to wear masks. And so, but we don't want, you know, trying to mandate or put criminal penalties on that. I think that's going to bring a lot of pushback.
Mayor Bowling, if you can kind of walk us through, so if there's a unanimous vote for the ordinance tonight, then it would take effect immediately. But if it's not unanimous, it still passes majority. This bill could then be sidelined for a while, at least 2 agenda meetings, right?
To the best of my knowledge, it's, you know, the council operates different in our government, form of government, than does the office of the mayor. I manage the daily operations of the city. So this is really for a council decision, and sometimes I'm thankful for that.
So if you think about that, let's try to walk this through, as Maria was just talking about. If it doesn't pass unanimously, it does, and if it does pass, though, and it goes into effect in 2 weeks, you've got Independence Day coming up, more and more people getting out. We've got a spike already in viruses and the cases around. Health officials are fearful even more spikes could take place. Is that something that the council will be considering as they're making this decision tonight?
Based on my inbox this morning, I believe there's a lot of residents that are speaking to the council about the concern of their mandating this effort. So inbox is definitely full.
Mayor Bowling, if the mandatory mask ordinance is not approved tonight, let's talk about the seriousness of the pandemic, the spike in cases. How does that change now when you talk about communities' attitude towards wearing a mask, and it's still only strongly encouraged? Are you concerned that we're going to continue to see those numbers spike in your area?
I want to have confidence that our residents will take the discussions and the debates that are taking place very, very serious. And so by voting to approve the resolution last night, everyone needs to jump on board and start wearing masks without having to mandate. And with that, it speaks for itself, if I'm making sense, Maria.
You are, and the other thing too that a lot of people are talking about is how do you enforce something like this, a mandatory mask policy? Also with a lot of exceptions, like during a medical exam, during being in a hair salon and those kinds of things. Does it really kind of water it down?
That and just certain health conditions that preclude people from doing it, an overtaxed police department with everything else that's going on, and imagine the fireworks that will take place. And then you have a 911 dispatch where someone is dispatched, one of our officers. That costs our city $4.35 per call. By the time the officer arrives, the person that was not wearing a mask, let's say that they're gone. Now, how do you enforce that? Yeah. So I'm sure triage, I don't understand necessarily how 911 handles certain calls, but I would think triage has to come into play.
Important decision either way. It's going to happen tonight in Decatur. In the meantime, we appreciate you, Decatur Mayor Tab Bowling, for joining us this morning. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Time now is 6:10 on your Tuesday.